beautiful. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I'm High Priestess Elif, and this channel is to serve you on your journey. This reading that we're doing today is going to be specifically helpful to our twin flames, but you don't have to be a twin flame for this reading to resonate. We're looking at what the outcome will be if your person chooses you. You're in a third-party situation and you are hoping and envision a life in which your person chooses to leave the other person and be with you. So I'm specifically looking at what would that look like? Is it what you imagine, or is it something else? All right. We're doing a pick a pile reading. I'm going to do 3 piles. So trust your guides. Take a nice deep breath, settle into your intuition. Ask your guides and keepers to guide you through the pile that is yours, to guide you through the reading. If it is your reading, it'll resonate. And I am going to do a significator at the bit. I'll pull a few cards at the beginning of the reading to describe what is happening, what the dynamic is, and that'll also give you an indication as to whether or not it is your pile. Okay, so returning subscribers, always good to have you here. Get comfortable, take a seat. We're looking at what the future looks like with your person if they let the karmic go, if they choose you. They release the other person and choose to move forward with you. All right, so you could be the other woman or man, but regardless of that, you experience the other person as a karmic. All right, so let's begin. Pile 1. Okay, let's see what's happening here. For my pile 1s, what is the situation? All right. So we've got the journals, the forbidden knowledge, the hidden truth, information, the number 10. This is them realizing some truth, some realization has come to the surface and something's been exposed. Something that was hidden is coming to light about the other person. There's also this realization that you guys, there is a connection here where you've activated one another's like past life memories, a calling, a sense of a calling or a gift. All right, what else? So we have the seductress. This person, okay, so what's coming through here is that they've already made or taken steps. Your person's already taken steps to set themselves free from this other person, but this person's upped their game in trying to seduce them, convince them to stay, make them want to stay. There's definitely competition between you guys here, and you don't believe that this person loves them anymore, but does not want to lose. It's a competition. So whether this is true or not, please keep in mind, I'm reading it from your perspective, okay, how you see it. We've got a ring here. So this other person, it could be a marriage, all right, or an engagement, but there's been some commitment involving a ring, and your person has indicated that they want to offer you this commitment instead. But for some reason, there's a bit of back and forth because of the competition. This is what you want. There is money involved, assets, wealth. And the reason why this decision's not actually been made yet could be because of the considerations around assets and money. All right, so pile one. Now you know if this is, you've got more confirmation that this is your reading. Let's get into it. What does the future look like if your person chooses to offer you this, offer you what they've initially offered the other person? Marriage, life together, a committed life together. Let's see. We've got the Three of Swords that just jumped out of the deck. And the Three of Swords is heartbreak and grief. Now, of course, this could be the other person, but we're looking at you and your person's experience or life together. Them making this decision is going to be painful. Perhaps it's because of the children, or maybe because of loss, or a realization that, or just grief about having to let the other person go, having to make this choice. Give me more on this. Look, it's natural that you might imagine that they want this with you. They realize that the other relationship is not really what they want or what they thought it was going to be, and that they would just be able to automatically release that other relationship and be happy and live happily ever after with you. But a lot of times people bring baggage. There is an attachment that we make to someone, and it takes time to process that attachment. And this might be what ends up happening here. Tell me more. Okay. Yeah. So I've got the Seven of Cups coming out to clarify the Three of Swords. This is you, dear. You have this idea that you will simply be stepping into this position as the Empress in their life, but what you end up realizing is that you're not the priority. That you literally step into this person's position, and you end up being in competition with other people, perhaps with this person as well. Seven of Cups is somebody that has more than one emotional attachment. This could be more than one person that your person is dealing with. Right now, you feel like you're the only person that they've got to make a decision about. But if you get the outcome that you want here, where you get this ring on your finger, where you step into the position and sit in the seat of the Empress, you could end up with this Three of Swords, heartbreak, sadness, because you are not a priority. You're in competition with other people still, where you hoped to be the priority. Okay, what else? Eight of Wands. So there's a lot of travel, a lot of back and forth, perhaps between you and their the other family. Also business and work. Spirit is saying most of your relationship ends up feeling like it's via telephone anyway, like you don't get to spend as much time together as you hoped. Very interesting. Now obviously there must be a reason why, based on the current energy and where you are at emotionally right now, and the dynamic between you and your expectation that this is the outcome. Is it possible that you can manifest a different outcome? Of course. But that requires a very different state of being, a very different mindset, a very different relationship with yourself. You know, the saying, be careful what you wish for, is true, because we have this expectation of somebody being what we feel we need. But sometimes it can seem as though other people get so much better from that same person because they're in a different state. Everything is energetic. What bothers them, what bothers you may not bother them. What you need, they may not need, because they're established. And so think about it this way, pile one. If you've been involved in this situation for a few months or even years, and this person has been at the center of your emotional investment, and your insecurities have come to the surface and your needs are amplified and they're at the center of it all, when you do get what you want, you will not have a stable, healthy sense of self, lifestyle that is independent of them. And then their lifestyle and their habits and behavior and how they move might not be comfortable for you. It might be triggering for you. And because the dynamics change. So you can always change this by looking into what you might want to work on if you are committed to having this. Or you make the choice that maybe it's not what you really, really want. Eight of Coins. Yeah. When you do, or if you do, end up being in that position where they choose you, you're the main person, the one with the ring on your finger. You're the chosen one by this person. You will be forced to realize that you've got to work on things, that you guys will have to work on things to make this work. It's not that, oh, we're in love and we were meant to be, and so when we get together, everything is just smooth sailing and happily ever after. This is going to require a lot of work. Your person's focus is predominantly around career and finances. So you need to have something of your own. And you will find moving forward that you will always have this sort of shadow over your shoulder, this cloud over your shoulder, where the other person will be hovering in the background. And you will still feel like you're in some kind of third-party situation. Now, whether that's financially or just time, it doesn't necessarily have to be sexual, but emotionally you're still going to feel like you're sharing them. Okay, with this Three of Cups. Yeah. And the Queen of Pentacles will be in the background. which is the one that they supposedly left you for. And this could be because of business. This could be because of investments that they have together. It could be because of children. But this person is still quite dominant in your life. Will you guys be able to be happy eventually if you work on it? If you guys get the therapy and you do your work, your healing work. 9 of Cups, yes, it's possible. But you are going to have to be very, very clear about the fact that you need to start prioritizing your relationship with yourself now. Start doing your work. Work on your insecurities, your attachment style, your shadows, your fears, your anxiety around relationship, how you center and you abandon all of your own goals and aspirations, and you completely lose interest in your own life because your focus keeps going towards this person. You need to start working on that, because when we have a needy energy, we push our person away. If you want to sign up for spiritual coaching sessions with me so I can guide you through healing your relationship wounds, details are in the description box below. But that is your reading, dear. Okay, whatever you choose to do, it's going to be up to you. It's what's best for you. I want to ask one more question. What is the probability that this person does choose you? What is the probability? Okay, yeah, I've got the Hermit. It's quite high at this stage. All right. So, of course, if you want me to take a closer look at the situation and you'd like to have specific questions answered, I could dive deeper into your connection. You can contact me for a private reading. Okay. So you have resources. Whatever you choose to do, do what is best for you. Love and light. See you next time. Bye now. Hello, my pile twos. Let's take a look at your situation. Let's see what the dynamic is. What stands out? What spirit wants to highlight about your dynamic with your person? We're looking at what life will look like if they choose you and not the other person. All right, but let's see the dynamic first. All right, so we've got there's a child involved or children involved. All right. Or discussions about children. This got something to do with children here. What else? All right, so this is communication coming in about their intentions. They've already communicated with you the intention to make that decision, to take the steps that need to be taken so that you guys can have this new beginning. And you're feeling very excited about it because it feels like it's going to be a fresh start. All right. And at the same time, you've been able to take a closer look at dynamics between them and the other person, them and you, and you're not sure that you can trust them at this point. You're not sure that they're actually going to keep their word. You know, the more you know, they say the truth will set you free. Sometimes it breaks you out of your fantasy and you are truly wondering, well, will this be the best thing for me? Will I be happy? Every time they're saying, Spirit is saying to me, this is not the first time that this has been this conversation, this discussion. The conversation comes up, the topic comes up, but they've not taken the action towards it yet. So you are wondering if this time it's actually going to happen. And we've got time. It feels like there's past life, his connection here. Like this is a karmic wound that you guys are having to work through in this life, because you've invested a lot of time and energy in this and nothing's happened. And at this point, you're not even sure if you really want this anymore. There's a theme here of this being a cycle or a pattern that you've endured with this very same person in a past life. All right. So you do feel the urge on a soul level to set yourself free from something. Okay, pile 2. Now, let's take a look. What does this look like? If your person does follow through, get the separation, or break up with the other person, and chooses you. What does this look like? Thank you for my pile 2. Got the number 13. Which is the number of the divine feminine. It's a very lucky number. We've got number 1, which is new beginnings. We've got 4, which is the angel number for divine union, and we've got 37, which is a 10, which means a chapter is definitely closing. Now let's see. We've got the Hermit. Okay, tell me more about the Hermit. Okay, so this is you being propelled into your spiritual awakening and into ascension. What I see happening here is by the time your person chooses you, once you get exactly what you want, you begin to lose interest. You feel stuck and stagnant. It's underwhelming for some reason. Because by the time this person chooses you, you've closed a massive gap within yourself energetically. Now, this could be great news for you, because where you might have been the one always seeming to be more invested, more in love with this person, more willing to prioritize them, that dynamic changes. I personally experienced this in my own life once, and I'm being reminded of that now, where I detached emotionally. I just sort of lost the spark. You know, I grew up whilst I was in the relationship, and then they were willing, at that point, they were willing to do anything and everything for me. And I sort of see that happening here. What else? Yeah, you come into strength, dear. This does feel like a twin flame, or a karmic soulmate. Yeah, feels very strong twin flame energy, especially with the 4 year, the 10 and the 1. You come into strength whilst you've been in this dynamic, this third party situation. You've been going through a spiritual awakening, and you've been growing and evolving spiritually. You come into strength as you've met your shadows. And you see how you are dominating the beast here? The beast is yielding to you. That's you no longer being a slave to your lower forces, dear. It's the other way around. What else? The Emperor. The power dynamic shifts and changes. And this is because you've been consciously and actively honoring your awakening. If you are working with a spiritual teacher, good. If not, and you want to start to take this awakening, this process seriously, how you can honor it, how you can make the most of it, doing your shadow work, you can contact me for coaching sessions. for spiritual guidance, spiritual life coaching. This person offers you devotion and commitment. It's the Emperor. Knight of Coins. They offer you something stable. Wow. Tell me about the Five of Cups. Ah, my darling, what ends up happening is you get everything that you want, but then when you get it, you no longer want it. Now, the next stage of your work begins to either to open your eyes to and honor your inner being's guidance as to whether or not you are now being tested to not self-sabotage, and to really remain committed. Now that you have everything you want and you're not in competition, can you learn to love and honor a peaceful love that doesn't have the competition and the drama and the push and pull? I think a part of you that needs to heal and needs to be faced comes, that giant or that demon, that shadow comes to challenge you. Or whether or not this person was just a physical manifestation of a wound that you needed to make peace with, and now that you have, now you're the one that ends up having to break their heart. It's very possible that you end up breaking this person's heart in the future. I'm not going to lie to you. Queen of Wands, this is you. Five of Cups. Five of Cups is spilling the cups, letting it go. Grief, loss. It's a breakup. This year is still an option. It depends which way it goes, but staying is going to be, it's going to require work. I feel like your spirit is restless once you end up getting what you want and you're not chasing anymore. So, interesting. Pile 2. If you want to take a closer look at the situation, you are welcome to contact me for a private reading. You can ask specific questions and we can dive deeper into this dynamic. Hindsight is always 20/20, isn't it? Whatever you choose to do what is best for you. And like I said, if you are not working with a spiritual guide or a spiritual teacher and you're going through a twin flame awakening, a spiritual awakening, you should be. It is a very sacred awakening that has to do with higher levels of consciousness in love. And you want to be actively engaging in meeting yourself in that place all the time. Working through the shadows so that you don't fall, so that you don't self-sabotage in one way or another. Love and light. Take good care. See you next time. Bye now. Hello, my beautiful pile 3s. Let's take a look. What does life look like? What does the future look like when your person chooses you? If your person chooses you to leave the other person and to be with you. Okay, let's see. First, we look at the dynamic here that is relevant. We've got the stork. So there is something new that has come into play, either between you or you and them, or the other person and them. So maybe a new baby, a new business, a new house. And they've taken some kind of step to show that they're serious about you of late. And this is very exciting for you. It could also be that there is a pregnancy. The Clover. Things have really been going well for them financially. It's been going well for them with work, and seems like their luck has really turned around since you've come into their life. You guys seem to be very happy. There's a lot of light here that's come in. Okay, so we've got the puppy here. This tells me that this could have been a very good friendship that just developed into something more. Deep, deep emotions. There's a lot of history between the two of you, and yeah. And now there is this opportunity to be together that unfortunately involves somebody else, another relationship falling apart. Let's see. What does it look like? Because this is obviously always a risk, right? When you've got history like this, there's family involved. There's so many things involved. And when you know, you're going to break a lot of eggs here to be together. You want to know that you're not going to end up feeling like it was just a big mistake and you've ruined everything for nothing. So let's see. Got the Hierophant. All right, tell me more about the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is a very, very strong commitment. Yeah. High Priestess. And the Seven of Wands. Both you and your person feel the same way. If you do end up being together, you will experience a period of resentment. Either it'll come from you or your person because of some of the backlash that you guys will be receiving. Death. Yeah, there will be some kind of tragedy that comes out of this. It could actually be a death or something that feels like it, and therefore the resentment. So this could be a lot of things, but like I said, it could be a death of the relationship with the family. It could be an actual death that you and your person feel that seems tied to the whole situation. Could feel like a death because maybe they move away with the kids. There could be a number of things, but this death for me feels like a loss, like something serious. So that explains the resentment that needs to be worked through initially. Yeah. Nine of Swords. Somebody's depression leads perhaps to suicide, yeah. Somebody's depression could lead to suicide or to a total breakdown, which then has a ripple effect on other things. All right, what else? Every action, every choice comes with some level of karma. We just need to there's both duality. With the good comes some bad, you know, and you just need to decide what you're willing to endure or live with. Page of Cups. So the insecurity looks like this, what's a really beautiful, happy relationship initially comes with a lot of challenges. Emotional immaturity. 10 of Wands. more. So we've got the 10 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Temperance, Queen of Swords. Yeah, for some reason both of you have this belief that you've got to work through, where about good people deserving good things and people who hurt other people not, and you guys are going to create this karma. It's going to be very tough. I'm not saying that it's not going to, you know, I've got the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of my deck and the King of Cups. Those didn't come out. It's possible that you can end up being really, really happy, but the two of you are going to be so over whatever the ripple effect of this brings such heavy karma that the two of you are going to be riddled with guilt and resentment, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on your relationship. So if you really believe that that the two of you are meant to be together and this is the right thing, you want to start doing this energy work, shifting the energy, because at the moment, even though you know what your belief and your desire, what you believe is right for the two of you, and what you believe about what you guys deserve is contradictory. It's so opposing. Your belief and your desire does not line up. So even though there is something really, really beautiful here, the two of you are going to end up torturing yourselves just so you can feel like you deserve to be together. That's not necessary. If you sincerely feel like that's the right thing, because there will be backlash here that you guys will have to deal with. Are you at a place where you are mentally and emotionally and spiritually mature enough to not attach to the negativity and to let it stick to your clothes and carry it around? Can you separate what's your responsibility from other people's? Because as much as it's your karma, it's theirs too. So, yeah. Based on this, hopefully you can make an informed decision. If you'd like to contact me to do the spiritual work, the process work, the energy healing, to develop your emotional and spiritual maturity, you're welcome to contact me for coaching sessions. If you want to take a closer look and have specific questions answered, you're welcome to do that too, because this is a general reading. All right, details are in the description box below. Whatever you choose to do, beautiful, do what is best for you. Love and light. See you guys next time. Bye now.